It's the big fat controversy over electronic voting machines that has erupted after a press conference was held yesterday in London, addressed by a man who identified himself as Syed Shuja, who used to work in India and who said he had proof that India's electronic voting machines are hackable and completely compromised. But one person who was at that press conference in a very suspicious manner was Congress leader and former Union Minister Kapil Sibal. What was he doing there? Well, a massive war of words has now erupted between the BJP and the Congress over this entire EVM hackathon row. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has launched a big attack on the Congress and said that the event was sponsored by the Grand Old Party. He also asked why Kapil Sibal was present at this EVM hackathon event and claimed that Sibal was probably monitoring the event for the Congress. The Congress in turn and other opposition parties meanwhile have put the onus on the Election Commission to look into the matter amidst serious questions being raised on EVM efficacy and credibility. Meanwhile, in a new twist, the organizer of the event, the Foreign Press Association, has completely distanced itself and disassociated itself from the claims made by hacker Syed Shuja. Remember, when confronted by India Today, Kapil Sibal actually remained evasive on all of the questions we asked in London and said it would be unfair for him to comment on the issue, even though he was actually right there. Take a look at those pictures at that press conference.
What Mr. Kapil Sibal was doing there? The BJP was like to ask this question. In what capacity was Kapil Sibal present there? किस हैसियत से कपिल सिब्बल वहां उपस्थित थे? मेरा स्पष्ट आरोप है कि कपिल सिब्बल पूरे मामले की कांग्रेस की तरफ से मॉनिटरिंग करने गए थे. Is the Congress sponsored event designed to defame the popular mandate of 2014? क्या यह देश के 90 करोड़ मतदाताओं का अपमान है? और कहा गया कि 14 में हैकिंग से मोदी जी जीते हैं. 2014 के चुनाव में आप याद करिए, यूपीए पावर में थी, हम नहीं थे.
And after fumbling with an answer when confronted by India Today, Kapil Sibal was somehow persuaded to hold what he called a press conference to clarify. And here's the crux of what he said in his own defense. Because, like I said, he's been hung out to dry by his own party.
Right, so therefore ECIL has a lot to answer. ECIL must respond to all this. Whether there was such a project or not, was Wind Solutions given this project? Did Wind Solutions employ people? How were monies to be paid? And then he says that when I went to the United States, then the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security verified all these facts. It's only thereafter that I got political asylum. So how did he get political asylum? What are the reasons for that political asylum? How did the US government verify these facts? These are all matters that have to be investigated. We're not saying, and I'm not saying that he's right or he's wrong, I'm only saying that these are very serious issues. And instead of the minister digressing the issue and start attacking political parties, he should be more concerned about these allegations and immediately lodge an FIR to make sure that proper investigation is done.
Well, after this so-called cyber expert Syed Shuja, and we'll put pictures of him on the screen, claimed that BJP leader Kishan Reddy was involved in the murders of his associate over the EVM hacking issue. Now the BJP leader has called the allegations laughable. Take a look.
ये ईवीएम टैंपरिंग भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने किया है. इसके पीछे बहुत षड्यंत्र है. ये बहुत असली नायक है, क्योंकि ये पूरा बेबुनियाद है, बेसलेस है. जानबूझकर कांग्रेस पार्टी आने वाले चुनाव के संदर्भ में जैसा राफेल के ऊपर गलत आरोप किया है, ये ईवीएम के ऊपर भी गलत आरोप शुरू किया है. ये कांग्रेस के ज़माने में हुआ है. पंजाब में जो जीता है, दिल्ली में जो जीता है, अभी मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, छत्तीसगढ़ में जो कांग्रेस जीता है, कैसा जीता है? अगर ईवीएम को टैंपरिंग हम कर सकते हैं तो कांग्रेस देश में एक सीट भी नहीं जीत सकता है. क्यों जीतने देते हैं? हम तेलंगाना में अभी चुनाव हुआ है, नहीं तो 2014 में जो अभी प्रचार कर रहे हैं टैंपरिंग किया, 2014 में सारी तेलंगाना में एक सीट मिला है. हमारे से जो संयोगी है उनको लगभग असेंबली में उनको 15 सीट मिला है, हमारा को 5 सीट मिला है। ये बहुत गलत है। हम अगर टैंपरिंग कर सकते तो हम पूरे लोग जीत सकते। अभी मैं 1000 वोट से हार गया हूं। क्यों हारता हूं? काम करने के बाद भी हार गया हूं। इसीलिए जो बेसलेस आरोपण किया गया ये पॉलिटिकल षड्यंत्र है। कांग्रेस पार्टी जानबूझकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बदनाम करने के लिए।
I want to go across first to India today. Is Lavina Tandon joining us live from London. Lavina, the entire edifice that was there around this press conference is being chipped away one by one. The reputation of this character, Syed Shuja, whether he studied at an Indian engineering college, no note of that. Who he knew, who his colleagues were. The co-organizers of the press conference have said, we have nothing to do with this, whatever happened and these claims. The Election Commission for India has asked the Delhi police to investigate the allegations. What's going on? I mean, is there anything left at all? Because Kapil Sibal has ended up looking pretty foolish.
Indeed, he has, because he was the only political leader present there, despite we being told that everybody, including the Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, were invited. But I have to bring to your notice very quickly that Syed Shuja, by his own admission, has about 10 to 15 identities. The identity that has been sent to us, we don't know which identity is this. Is he the same person? Was he really calling from US? And now that FPA has also dissociated themselves, in the end, he said even the Brexit vote was rigged. While Brexit doesn't use EVM, voting here happens through ballot and is checked by people looking over people.
Okay.
So there is all of that has no corroborated evidence except that he sent all other interviews, which was apparently taken by a congressperson. So everything is a huge, big fiasco and a question mark and a chaos.
Massive question mark and a massive embarrassment as well. Aishwarya Paliwal is also with us. Quick reaction from her before I let my reporters go and go to the big political face-off. Aishwarya, has the Congress simply distanced itself from Kapil Sibal? They're making the preposterous assertion that this was done in his personal capacity.
Well, this is what it looks like at the moment, that the Congress party is trying to distance itself from Kapil Sibal. However, we did see in the press conference how Kapil Sibal was defending his stand. This is not what we saw yesterday when India Today actually asked him questions. Yesterday, when he was there at the press conference, he was very evasive. Today, he came out and he said that he had got an invitation. But this definitely raises questions, because if invitations were sent out to all the opposition parties, why was it that only one leader from the Congress, that is Kapil Sibal, was present and not the other leaders?
That's the main question. Thanks, Aishwarya. Thanks, Lavina, for more on that. Let's get straight to our big face-off. Narendra Taneja of the BJP, Sulaiman Mohammad Khan of the Congress, and Dr. Srijana Mitra Das, who is opinion editor at India Today Group Digital. Narendra Taneja, I want to come to you first. Personal capacity, the only political leader present at that particular press conference. What are you saying? Are you saying that Kapil Sibal's presence there, pretty much is the smoking gun as far as the nature of this press conference is concerned?
The question is that would Mr. Kapil Sibal, who is a very competent lawyer, I personally very high regard for him, would he go to any XYZ event? Would he do that? He traveled all the way. Even if he didn't, he was there for some other reasons, but he made it a point to be there. And he was there from the beginning till the end. He must have done the homework. He must have checked who this guy is. And he must have checked who, why he has been invited there. And also I've seen the video. If you look at it, he is sitting there very attentively, almost like monitoring. Sometimes he's in the chair, sometimes he's standing and looking around and everything. So the question is why? Why did he go there? Knowing fully well that this guy called Syed Shuja, he must have done some homework. So it's very clear. And Mr. Kapil Sibal is a tall leader of the Congress party. He would not go to such an event without the approval or the consent or maybe at the behest of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He would not do that. The question is that why did he go there on behalf of the party? What was he doing? And what did he know about this guy called, Syed Shuja? And today, at the press conference, he's almost defending him. Is he also a lawyer to him? Now, the point is very clear. It was an attempt by the Congress party, A, to defame India, on foreign soil.
Okay.
It was an attempt to defame India's democracy and also to discredit and defame 2014 election.
Suleiman.
Now, he's forgetting one thing. Mr. Kapil Sibal, he himself and his government, they were in power in 2014. They were in power.
Okay, let me ask the Congress representative Suleiman Mohammed Khan with the utmost of respect. Please don't mistake this question as being disrespectful, Suleiman. I am saying, you know, are you honestly wondering whether people are stupid enough to think that Kapil Sibal has gone there in his personal capacity and that this has nothing to do with the Congress party? Because that suggestion is almost an insult to most people's intelligence, Suleiman.
I think the question you have framed for me is quite cleverly framed, and I cannot say who is stupid and who is very clever or who is not as stupid. What I can say as on today on behalf of the Congress party is, and we have been, you know, telling the media and friends like you since yesterday or day before, whenever this issue cropped up, that this press conference which has happened in London has nothing to do with the Congress party. Mr. Sibal went to London, he participated on an invitation from someone XYZ. Congress party has nothing to do with this.
Only
we can
political
just say
leader in the audience.
categorically, unequivocally that this is not a Congress party's men. Mr. Sibal was not there as a congressman. He has his personal independence, he has his independent life, he can go personally somewhere. He himself said that I was not sitting there as a congressman or went in an official capacity.
That's ridiculous, Suleiman. You realize how ridiculous that sounds.
Conference with
Suleiman, you know, Kapil Sibal is not.
Whosoever is watching your program will be
Suleiman, one second. I mean, this is. I want to bring.
Let me.
Mr. Taneja, before I come to you, one second. No, wait, because Kapil Sibal is not. He's not a Youth Congress Karyakarta in London. He's a former law minister. He's a former union minister. He's one of your tallest leaders. How can he be there in a personal capacity?
No, I am saying something else.
Yeah.
No, I am saying.
Complete your point, then I'll go to the others.
So Narendra Modi ji went to Nawaz Sharif's house to have biryani. He went in his personal capacity.
No, he went
as
as
a
Prime
Prime
Minister.
Minister without an official.
No, he went as Prime Minister.
If I can say so.
What does it have to do with
I am saying
that?
something
We are
else.
discussing Sayyid Suja and Kapil
No,
Sibal.
I'm just
Without any
wondering,
schedule,
because
a country-
Modi has never said he was there in his personal capacity. He was there as the PM.
Crossing our borders, Prime Minister is having friends
I just want to-
personally
No, I
with
just-
Nawaz Sharif eating
Stick to
biryani
It
from
seems
Nawaz
very
Sharif,
strange. It
doing
seems
his
very
all
strange. I'll tell you why it seems strange.
Sorry to all diplomacy.
I'll tell you why it seems strange.
I am saying, listen to me, what I am trying to say.
The event? These
Listen
are the
to me.
questions.
I'll tell you why
do
it's
you
strange.
sponsor the event?
मेरी आवाज
How
बहुत
much
कम
you
आ रही है
paid?
मुझे. I'm not
What
able
is
to listen
Congress
what
party's
you are
connection
saying.
with this man called
Suleiman,
Sayyid
can you hear me?
Suja? And
Mr.
why
Taneja,
was
one
Kapil
second.
Sibal was there?
I just
Answer
think,
the question.
Suleiman, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I want to bring
But
Srijana in on this as well. I just want to bring Srijana in on
No,
this.
no, I'm-
You know, there is
No,
a
no,
sense that there is some
I'm
kind of
not
political
getting- I'm not
scavenging
getting-
going on
no, no.
here. Srijana, I want to bring her in, then I'll come back to you, gentlemen. Srijana, that there is a sense of desperation here because everything surrounding this press conference appears to be dubious. This guy's connections, who he knows, what circumstances under which he left. The invitations have gone out to political leaders, but only Kapil Sibal happens to be there. It's a strange coincidence. It makes the Congress look bad, even though they've hung him out to dry. It seems like political scavenging. There is an amount of desperation. I'm not saying the BJP is right or wrong in this case, but the Congress has a history of doublespeak when it comes to electronic voting machines.
Absolutely. And what makes this particularly bizarre at this point, we have to, of course, be grateful for the entire event, bringing the comic touch back into politics.
Yeah.
Everything was getting very heavy. But what makes this particularly bizarre is that the Congress is now in this situation after having won 3 assembly elections,
Yes.
which were conducted on EVMs. So the entire sort of premise of this press conference, which was to say that the 2014, the big election, was apparently rigged, and thereafter every election that's been held in India has apparently been rigged. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It makes no sense at all why the Congress would even have a representative there, even in his personal
May I
capacity.
come in, Shah?
Why he wouldn't
Yes.
actually get up and walk out
Yeah.
at this point.
I want to
Even
reply on
in his
that.
personal capacity, he should have just left,
Yeah.
because clearly
I
this
am
was an
saying
attempt to
the-
Suleiman, you
defame
can answer that.
the
Yeah.
election commission and the electoral
Correct.
processes of our country.
Yeah. Suleiman, answer that question. It's a
Mr.
good, it's a
Sibal,
legitimate question.
Mr. Sibal should have left.
wrote a book
Yeah.
explaining that EVM can be manipulated.
Absolutely,
Ravi
we've
Shankar
questioned-
Prasad did a press conference
We've
in
done that.
2009
Oh, we've
saying
done
that
that.
EVM have to go.
We've done
Ballot
that.
paper has to come.
No,
the
we've done-
issue is the people of the country are doubting the EVM. Congress party is requesting that
they
come back
doubting
to
it after
balance.
the assembly
We had an
elections?
Are you
official,
doubting it after the
resolution
assembly
in our
elections?
AICC
Are
plenary.
you
Were
doubting it after the
EVMs dubiously performing during the recent elections, Sulaiman?
Today we are saying
On the
time is
foreign
less,
soil to defame
connect
India.
VVPAT 100%.
That is- he is running
and
away from
verify
the
by
topic.
checking
No, I just want to know.
Please stay on the topic.
Very straight question. Let's keep the questions as
topic is
specific
what
as
we are
possible
doing
here.
there.
Rao and Ravi Shankar Prasad,
That's the
who have
topic.
actually
And
defamed
who-
the democracy.
One second, one second.
Sponsored the
GVL
event.
Narasimha Rao is a Rajya
What was
Sabha
the
MP
agenda?
and Chief
What is the
Narendra Taneja, I'll come to you.
at that time in
Against the
2009.
country. That's
And
the
Ravi
topic.
Shankar Prasad was a former union minister and spokesperson of the party.
Okay.
When they did the press conference,
just want to know one
BJP
thing.
has defamed the country and the
I
democracy.
just want to know
in
one thing. I just want to know
2009.
one thing.
They
There,
officially
full
said this.
disclaimer here.
GVL Narasimha
Nobody is
Rao
saying
officially
nobody
wrote up
is
as the
saying
chief
nobody is saying that the
spokesperson.
Congress
Ravi
is
Shankar
alone in
Prasad
its
did an
doublespeak.
official
I'm not
press
saying that.
conference.
I am
It is
saying,
Ravi Shankar Prasad
is it the
GVL
Congress's
Narasimha Rao
submission?
has
Sulaiman, take
defamed
my
the,
question.
Country.
Sulaiman, take my question.
As far as
Sulaiman,
election is
take my question.
concerned, we are
Sulaiman,
demanding
take my
a ballot
question.
to come back.
Is it
in
your position that
2019.
EVMs are dubious even after your recent election victories in the three Hindi-hearted states?
Running away from the topic as a strategy. Stay on the topic.
Sulaiman, you're straying. This has become about whataboutery. You're talking about other issues now. You're talking about biryani and Nawaz Sharif.
Those are the
This is just
questions.
This
Bobby
is-
this guy's actually.
It's silly.
This is just rhetoric
This is a
now.
conspiracy.
Narendra Taneja, take my question.
Congress party to
Has-
defame India.
No,
And defame Indian democracy.
I'm wondering whether the Congress leadership has simply hung out Kapil Sibal to dry. Narendra Taneja, has the Congress leadership simply left Kapil Sibal in the lurch after witnessing how many things have been disproved about this press conference?
Divert it to the Congress. Ask questions why 50% of the VVPAT machines are not verified.
No,
This
listen.
is your duty.
By
Yeah.
We are demanding this. Because time is less.
Listen.
EVMs are connected
By
to
letting
VVPAT,
Congress spokesperson talk non-stop, by
Sulaiman,
letting
Sulaiman, let
Congress
Narendra Taneja
spokesperson
answer,
talk
please.
non-stop, you are trying to kill the debate.
Yes, I
Don't
can,
kill the debate.
because you are
Otherwise,
alleging
I'll go
against
quiet
me.
and you
It is
waste your
what you
time.
have done in
Sulaiman, this is not
Don't
the
let
way to
him talk
debate.
non-stop because
Ravi
he wants to
Shankar
kill the
Prasad,
debate.
Sulaiman,
He doesn't
Sulaiman,
want to come on the topic.
One second. I've got two
That's
people
not
on the
the way to
panel.
debate.
I've got two
He-
people on the
he
panel.
is
I need to
trying
get
to kill the
Srijana in
debate.
as well.
Why don't you ask that they have not defamed the democracy?
I
Sulaiman,
don't believe in
Sulaiman,
the shouting
no,
game, my
Is
dear.
Ravi
Sulaiman,
Shankar
one
Prasad
second.
and GVL Narasimha Rao
Sulaiman,
not,
one second. Sulaiman,
defamed
keep on
the
shouting.
democracy?
Sulaiman,
I don't
nobody
believe
can
in
hear
that.
you. Your point is
We
just
have not
cacophony
officially
right
sent
now.
anybody.
Sulaiman,
I'm again saying,
Sulaiman,
and don't
nothing
dare to
you're
say
saying.
that Congress party is behind this.
Sulaiman, you can attack the messenger as much as you want. You can attack India Today as much as you want. We ask questions of both sides. We ask questions of both sides, Sulaiman. We're not saying that the
Yes, I
Congress
will,
is alone in this.
because you are
But I
going
am
to
asking
show
you
in a
this
manner
question because
which is
Kapil Sibal was
completely
there.
against us.
There was no
There is
BJP leader at this
evidence,
press
or show me the
conference.
evidence that Congress party is
Let's
officially
hear
said
out
this.
what Narendra
They have
Taneja
not-
says.
Kapil Sibal, anyone can go anywhere.
Do you want to hear a
Tell us
response?
who went officially?
Do you want to hear a
Congress
response?
party has denied it.
Narendra
But BJP
Taneja is
officially
waiting
done
to
press
answer you.
conferences on this.
Narendra
So
Taneja is
ask
waiting to
BJP
answer
why
you. Would you
Ravi
like to
Shankar
hear what he has to say?
GVL Narasimha Rao wrote a book, and why Ravi Shankar Prasad did a press conference.
Why don't you just mute
I
him?
don't like putting
Why
guest
don't you
faders
just
down.
mute him? You're
I don't
enjoying
like
it.
putting guest
You
faders
are
down because it's
enjoying it.
undemocratic.
You think it's a
And
very
we're not
good
an
show.
undemocratic institution
Tutu
here.
noise is not a good show,
Simple
my dear.
question. Sulaiman,
don't you
hold
just
your
mute
peace.
his
I'll
voice?
give you a chance to answer. Let Narendra Taneja respond to you. Then I'll bring Srijana in. Let's be courteous to the third guest as well.
Therefore, I have to speak to you like this.
No,
You
one
will
second.
not
Let
listen to me
Narendra
if I don't
Taneja
speak
answer.
like
Then I'll
this.
come back to you. Sulaiman, let's all be civil here. Please. Narendra Taneja.
You allowed in 10 minutes of nonsense. Now you're giving him it.
No,
you
it's not a
allowed it.
question of
Why did
allowing,
you
sir.
allow
I
it?
tried my best. But
I mean,
go
you're
ahead.
wasting my time. I don't believe in participating
You
in
are a
such debates.
nonsense. Behave yourself and mind your language.
No, one second.
You are liars
Well,
and
you
you
should
are
have just
not.
told him.
One second. Sulaiman, one second. Let's not, let's not
After the
completely
past,
ruin the debate and
the
make
way
it
you are
personal
dealing with
now.
the country.
Look at
Just
the
one
language
second.
you're
Just
using
calm
and
down.
you
Just
let it
calm
go.
down.
This
Come on.
nonsense.
Come
You are
on,
letting
gentlemen.
this
This
You are
is
letting this go on here.
this is ridiculous. I
Look at
am
the
doing
language
my
this guy
best
is
to try
using.
and control my guests so that everyone
You
gets a
call
chance to
such
speak
people as- You call
uninterrupted.
such people as guests.
Sulaiman,
Such uncivilized characters
Sulaiman,
are being called as guests.
Sulaiman,
Such
Sulaiman.
uncivilized characters
One second.
come
One
to your
second.
shows.
No, I'm running out of time. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry,
Whatever
such
you say,
uncivilized
you are yourself
characters.
that thing.
I refuse to debate with this uncivilized man.
Narendra
I
Taneja,
refuse
the
to
floor
debate
is yours.
with this
The floor is
uncivilized
yours.
character.
Just speak.
You
I
are
refuse
not
to
worthy
debate.
to have a debate
Thank you
with
very much. I refuse to
Narendra Taneja, just speak.
if you call such uncivilized people. He is uncivilized man. You have succeeded. I refuse to debate as long as this uncivilized character is there on your show. Thank you very much.
Don't dare to put allegations on me or my party.
Okay.
It is you and your party who has defamed the country.
If the both of you gentlemen,
little time.
This uncivilized
if
man,
the both of you gentlemen have had enough of firing these personal broadsides at each other, can we get back to the debate for the few minutes we have left?
He is not fit to be spokesperson.
Okay.
As long as he is there, I'm not going to participate.
I
don't debate with uncivilized people.
Okay, while the two gentlemen are bickering on this issue,
I'm very sorry.
Narendra Taneja, do you have a point to make quickly? Okay, Suleiman, hold your peace. Suleiman, hold your peace. Narendra Taneja, make your point. Enough of this personal stuff. Narendra Taneja, quickly make your point, then I'm bringing Srijana in.
Only if you can make sure this uncivilized man behaves.
Suleiman will cooperate. Suleiman will cooperate.
That this uncivilized man will behave, I will debate.
Suleiman will cooperate. Please go ahead and make your point.
Okay. Now the point
Suleiman,
is very
please,
clear.
I implore you.
You see,
I implore you,
my points
please.
are very clear. My points are very clear. You are still not able to control this uncivilized man.
Just continue, sir.
He is a known
You're just provoking him. He's going to say something more. Why don't you just make your point?
Person. Most channels don't call him. Most channels don't call him. I don't know why do you call him.
Okay, I reserve the right to call whoever we wish to, sir. We do not take dictation from any party.
Now the point is very clear. The question is, you do that. You're most welcome. You call only such people. Point is very simple. You see, I'm saying because I've been sitting here wasting my time, my dear. I have the right. If you are enjoying his conversation, you do that. Don't involve me and don't waste my time. My point is simple. Mr. Kapil Sibal charges lakhs of rupees an hour for his time.
Yeah.
His time is precious. He spent that precious time that too in London, where he must have whatever has been the objective, whosoever paid for his trip. There must have been a motive. What was that motive? Motive was to defame India.
Just tell me.
Discredit
1 second, Suleiman. 1 second.
To discredit, defame the present government. To say that 2014 mandate was a rigged mandate. That was the plan.
Okay.
And Congress sponsored it.
So it's selectivity.
Yeah. I refuse to believe Mr. Kapil Sibal, who is a big lawyer, he will attend an event without scrutiny, without checking the credentials of the person who was going to address the press conference.
I agree with that. There is no.
The Congress.
There is no.
The point is, why did he go? Why did he attend? What was the motive? And what was Mr. Rahul Gandhi doing? Why did Mr. Rahul Gandhi approve his visit? Now the Congress agenda to discredit India, defame India on foreign soil, and to also defame 2014 election.
This is a fair question.
To convey that 2014 mandate was actually rigged.
Okay.
That is what they are trying to do.
Srijana, isn't this a fair question? It's a fair question that's being asked. Let me bring Srijana in.
Whosoever is coming to defend him, has to be a person who is doing it, who is also part of this conspiracy.
Otherwise,
why is he defending him?
In this particular election atmosphere, Srijana. Let me bring Srijana in, gentlemen. Listen to our opinion editor as well, please.
On foreign soil.
That's what you have.
Okay. 1 second. Srijana, in this particular, I'm going to ask you to speak over them, Srijana, but in this particular election atmosphere, that seems to be a pretty fair question. Did Rahul Gandhi approve, Kapil Sibal's presence there? Surely at a time when every single move by every single senior leader in both these parties is being looked at, it's being distilled for any kind of political mileage, certainly someone of the eminence of Kapil Sibal can't claim to be going there in his personal capacity. And certainly a question can be asked, like Narendra Taneja does, about whether Rahul Gandhi has approved this.
Well, firstly, of course, it would be good to know where Rahul Gandhi is. Secondly, I think, the personal capacity business can be taken only so far. When Christian Michel's lawyers were, suddenly showing up and they seemed to have Congress associations, it was said they were there in their personal capacity. They had a right to work and to defend whoever they chose to. That's fair enough. But when it comes to the image of the country, when it comes to questioning the very fundamentals of our democracy, I think certain lines do need to be drawn by people in public life. Mr. Sibal could certainly have gone there in his personal capacity. But then, as I said, after a point when he saw how ludicrous and bizarre the entire event was, he should have gotten up as a senior person in public life and walked out of this event. I think that would have worked in favor of the Congress. It would have helped helped the Congress greatly, rather than
Well,
this
they
embarrassing
sponsored it.
fiasco that they're in now.
Absolutely. I think the fiasco that this has led to has created a very difficult situation for the Congress, which has forced them to distance themselves, not from a, like I said, if this was some, Congress abroad Karyakarta who was attending this press conference, one can understand. A former law minister attending in his personal capacity, I don't think anybody
How many times
is
should we
really
have to say
buying
that he was not sent by the Congress party
but
officially?
I don't know. It sticks
Congress
in my
has
throat.
nothing to do with that.
It
You
sticks
keep
in
on
people's
blabbering like
throats,
this.
Suleiman.
Mr. Suleiman,
In election
Congress
season,
party.
for an issue
Congress
as important as election voting electronic voting machines, I don't think any former law minister can go in his personal capacity
any
without the
political leader,
knowledge
any
of the
political
leadership.
leader
It
should
seems
draw
very,
the
very
line.
difficult. Absolutely. I'm out of time. Thank you very much. And I apologize that most of this debate was filled with crosstalk. We're going to try and ensure that that does not happen. We do choose the guests ourselves here on India Today. Thanks very much for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.